Yeah, my new goal, if Rick's okay with this, is to just
Goblin Hole.
Go as fast as possible.
Oh man. I mean, I'm not. You are allowed to. I'm not going to stop you, but man, that will get you killed.
But if I die,
my team
I'm done. Like, I'm not going to make a shitty team and then do it again.
By comparison, my team was about level 65 going in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to fight everyone I can on the way. I'm going to I'll take on these super slow ass.
Here on the D-pad, probably?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Steelix. Can I catch him?
You cannot.
Yeah. No one good. All right. Let's see if the god of time and space can destroy a little metal snake.
Are we recording now?
We're in.
Oh.
Who's that?
It's John.
No, I'm John.
No, I was introducing you.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. That's why I bring you.
Yeah. It's me, Dustin.
Oh my god, that's
grave.
Dustin.
You guys remember Dustin?
He has risen from the depths.
Yeah, it's an Easter miracle.
He heard Pokemon was getting played and he had to come.
Yeah, he loves turn-based JRPG Let's Plays.
All of this. At least Final Fantasy has a story. This is just child animal fights.
Child dog fighting. It is, though.
It's just really,
yeah.
And it's not like I don't enjoy it. It's just when I'm playing this, I never say, I wish we had an audience watching me play this game right now.
The only reason they can't call it cockfighting is because that's really not okay for kids to say, so...
Well, I
mean...
I got nothing to say to that.
Oh, you see? Catch that.
Metacham. I'm assuming I don't have anything left that I can possibly catch.
You caught a Kadabra here.
I caught a Kadabra here.
Yeah.
See, that's really my...
Right. I have a Metatite, I think, in my boxes that is absolutely coming with me to the post-game.
Okay.
Metacham is way too good.
Oh, cool.
Maybe the best fighting Pokemon in the franchise, I think. The fact that it comes with Pure Power as its ability just makes it fucking impossible to deal with.
Sorry I have to relearn how to play every fucking time we play this.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm going to say the same complaints I have every time I get stuck in one of these episodes.
And that is?
Great.
I sure love your arbitrary rules. That really must make the game fun for everyone involved.
Oh, yeah.
It does, Dustin. The Nuzlocke standard is pretty widespread at this point.
I know. I think
They've even made entire games based around it now.
I know. It's terrible.
Honestly, it was interesting. I just, maybe like a month ago, wrapped up Pokemon Violet.
You think that was 6 steps between fights?
I want to say if you run, you have a slightly higher encounter rate than if you walk.
Great.
Same thing with bike. The bike jacks it up by a bunch, too. Like, the speed you're moving at is proportional to...
So you mean it's a
multiplier.
design flaw?
I think it's intentionally designed to punish you for trying to run through it as fast as possible.
It's like those dungeons in Final Fantasy 1 where every step is a fight.
God, in FF2 on the GBA, the Dawn of Souls edition, Dawn of Souls edition, when you go to Pandemonium in the post-game chapter where you play as all your dead teammates.
Oh, God.
Literally, you're there, and you show up at the level that they died in-game. It actually hangs on to that data and gives you those stats when you wake up there. So here's fucking... I don't remember any of their goddamn names, but Minwoo, I think?
Sure.
Wakes up in the basement of Pandemonium, takes 2 steps, and is up against this massive monster. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a bad time. Okay.
I kind of like those ports. The Final Fantasy 4
The FF ports for GBA and DS were awesome. It's amazing that... Because what was it? They did 1 and 2... 4, 5, and 6, and then they did for DS. They did 3, 4, and 5. I think in Japan.
So I'm trying to.
They never did a 3D version of 6.
No, they didn't do a 3D,
which is like
right.
Major whiff on there. For somehow all the Super Nintendo Square Enix games seem to have avoided getting like
one
remakes.
of the best ones.
Honestly, Mario RPG for the Switch is like the first. That one and Live Alive are like the only 2 that got proper. Actually, no, didn't. Secret of Mana? No,
they did. Well, they've done remasters of those.
No,
2
they
games.
did make a 3D remake of Secret of Mana.
So they're getting around to it now.
Yeah,
because Trials of Mana they did as well.
Yes, or Seiken
one of the few unfinished games on the channel.
Whatever.
Oh, did you not finish that one?
No,
I thought you did.
I never quite did.
Oh man,
it was a bit of a slog.
I was gonna say you were pretty close to the end.
That
could be your warm up for getting back into things.
Maybe.
Did you play Mario RPG?
I have not yet. I was thinking about doing it soon.
It's very good. I just whooped the living crap out of that game.
I was gonna say I've heard that like they didn't change much for the base game.
They changed it enough.
They got that little meter. I don't know what that does yet, but I know they have like Chrono Trigger style triple attacks.
Exactly. So that's what the meter is.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we think this is the right way or the wrong way?
I think this is the right way.
The right way. Okay.
I'll have to look to see where you actually are. I was kind of not paying attention, but
honestly, my attention span. We haven't played for a month.
Don't go down, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this way and up is forward.
And then
To the right.
every 5 seconds I get.
Yeah, you're going the right way.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Pokemon knows karate.
But yeah, so there's that. I know that there's post-game content now, too.
Yes. So, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Is it any good?
I enjoyed it. It's not a lot.
No.
Okay.
It's just revisiting some things.
All right. I thought I heard something about, like, there are some fights that literally have you fighting multiple boss characters at the same time.
Not at the same time. It's
okay.
Again, I don't want to really spoil
No, that's
it.
okay. That's okay. The one thing I'm curious
Special
about,
Rend.
like, I've been trying to not pay attention to as much of it as I can, but it sounded like, is QLEX now a post-game thing instead of being a...
Both.
Okay, there's a post-game and a main game version.
You still get the fight you know and love.
Yes.
And then you get
the music is still basically like a chiptune thing, isn't it?
Yes. Which is... I loved that.
I think that's cute. It's literally just FF4's boss music again.
Yes. Like, it's excellent. I really enjoyed that piece.
Just so we're clear, QLEX is made up, though.
Yes.
He's like a boss in the style of a Final Fantasy boss.
It's a referential Super Nintendo.
It's like when Weird Al writes a song in the style of something.
Yeah, so
but
it
isn't a direct.
It's like Albuquerque being in the style of oh my God, Frank.
Don't look at me, man.
Zappa.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, with Square Enix being like, yeah, we made Final Fantasy. You nerds who are playing this probably don't know that. So here's what that looks like.
So this does kind of mean that now they get to add Chrono Trigger to their referential bits in Mario RPG, which is kind of nice.
Well, not to be funny about it, but I'd really like to see like a sequel to Mario RPG that was not Paper Mario. Not that those games are bad.
No, they're fantastic, but they're not replacements for Mario RPG either.
It's just vastly superior.
Apparently, the director has said that he is actually interested. He's like, hey, if Nintendo says they want it, I will gladly get in on another one of those.
Wait, can bikes go uphill?
No, they cannot.
So this is just a
that's the way. I think if you
thing?
go into the thing to the right, then you come back that way.
I didn't think I... Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
This is just an annoying...
I was debating picking up... I guess this is like a peek behind the curtain. I was
Did you
debating...
say I can see the past? Because that's not a really impressive
I can
psychic
see what
phenomenon.
happened once.
Well, it could be if you weren't involved in it.
That's
I
true.
guess.
Or if you're one of those people who can't picture a concept in their head.
Imagine being psychic in that you can see past events, but you're also illiterate, so you're still... Like, it's no different than just reading a
What
history
is that
book.
in its mouth?
Illiterate would only be a problem if it's like, oh, that's... I think that its bell is supposed to be its tongue. Because that's it's like a little jingle bell, right?
I'm going to admit I haven't been paying attention at all up to this point. Which one is this?
This is Shining Pearl. It's a remake of Pokemon Pearl version.
I have
from the DS.
And what
Palkia.
what was the sister to this game?
Diamond.
Brilliant
Brilliant Diamond
Diamond
is the remake version.
Okay. It's no Soul Silver. That's all I'm saying.
No.
No, it's actually... It does not solve any of the problems of the original version of this game.
Yeah.
Down to the... Everything takes too long to load. There's too many...
I'm trying to remember. There was one major quality of life improvement that they did retain, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it is right now. We talked about it recently. No, though it is nice to see. Like the 3D is okay. The in-battle stuff is at least still kind of interesting. The out-of-battle stuff is like, whatever.
Pokemon's never really been about the graphics. If everything else was fine with these graphics, it would be great. But
I wouldn't mind. Honestly, what I would love to see, if Black and White does ever get remade, which it's the next one up whenever that comes around. The focus when Black and White came out was as a soft reboot for the series. Until you beat the Elite Four, the only Pokemon you were going to see in that game were Gen 5 Pokemon. So you only got to see, from a set of about 140, 150 Pokemon. Which is fine, because then after you beat it, and then the sequels, there are other Pokemon throughout. It's like, all right, it's fine. What I would love to see is, okay, if that number of Pokemon is going to be drastically reduced for that remake... Please do a little bit of work on those battle animations and actually try to make it feel a little bit more like dense with stuff. I get that you've got now 1,000 Pokemon and they all learn fucking 17 moves plus another 30 egg moves. Like, I get that that's way too huge of a number to like really uniquely do everything for one game. But a Black and White remake is predominantly just going to be that set of Pokemon with a certain set of moves.
Well, and if you think about it, like a game
or
like...
Or just do signature moves like that. Just give them a little something, you know? I don't know.
And a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, right? Yeah. Like, there are hundreds of enemy characters in that game that all have several unique animations.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... It's not like an order of magnitude of work to do that compared to like any other game that's doing it right now. It's just like they've always done it this way and they keep doing it this way, but they don't have to.
Right, and like
Give them some animations.
It made plenty of sense back in the Game Boy and GBA days and stuff where it's like you only have so much you can do on the screen.
Yeah.
With all the data that is like flooding that cartridge, right?
And still, most moves could be like broken down into categories, right? So like maybe 6 or 7 different types of moves get unique animation.
Animation flamethrower styles. You got like that and
energy blast, physical punch, like make it
dragon rage or something like anything that looks like you're breathing. You can do it with sheer cold. Like anything that looks like you're breathing an element can have the same animation, but. And I guess to an extent they do that a little.
Let him talk. Don't look at me funny. Listen, again, don't have a hell of a lot of skin in this game. So it's not like full disclosure, I don't think I've finished a Pokemon game in the last 12 years.
Well, I was going to mention...
I own Black. I own, I think, Shield, possibly
Black is
Sword.
Excellent. Black is, I think, still the best that they ever did. They've gotten close a couple times, but I think Black and White is the best they've ever done with Pokemon.
And like I played the living crap out of Soul Silver back in the day when I was in Hawaii.
Okay. Great.
That went well.
Good.
Just so I could carry my Spheal with me on that little Poke Walker.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Was the best.
Well, I was gonna
Double team.
I was going to mention earlier that I recently, like maybe a month ago, finally finished Pokemon Violet, where my goal was I wasn't Nuzlocking it, but I played it and the 2 DLCs and the like extra end of game content. I was like, I want to try to do a living dex in this game. It's possible. There are very few Pokemon that were limited between Scarlet and Violet, and I was able to get people on to like.
That's when you have
stuff.
An actual copy of every Pokemon.
That's not just a full Pokedex. It's you have one of. All right, here's your starter. Here's the second evolution, and here's the third evolution. You have all 3 of those.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
So you have to level up 3 of those little bastards?
It gets much easier as the game goes on. That game does start eventually spitting candy at you, which helps a ton. And also, all you got to do. EXP share is now EXP all is just a thing that's on all the time in these games too, to the point where it's not even an item anymore. It's just like everybody gets experience if you're in battle. But like, if it weren't for the self-imposed challenges and things, which a living dex is like a very loose one because it doesn't really change how you interact with the stuff the game is putting in front of you. It just kind of gives you more to do on the side. But like, I don't know that I'd know how to properly, quote unquote, engage with a Pokemon game anymore without that. Without something else going on.
Is Surf gonna hurt fucking Machamp?
Yeah, it just said not very effective.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Because those red corner cursors.
I even mentioned Gengar when trying to entice Dustin into coming over today.
You'll be happy to know that the last 2 episodes of Pokemon Legends Arceus featured the Edgar clip.
Oh, good.
Someone else invoked it, not me. But
who?
It was either Jeff or Peter, I forget which, but Thursday's episode was half of a fucking clip show.
Okay.
We brought up Stealth Rock, which, fun story, John used Stealth Rock 3 times before I used it against him.
What do you mean?
Your starter had Stealth Rock before my dude did.
In this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I learned it from last game when you used it a lot.
Did I use it in the game before?
Yeah.
Remind me again what Stealth Rock
Remember,
was.
I voted to make Stealth Rock banned.
Was that back? That would have been back in Let's Go.
Is that the one where you just throw a rock on the guy's
so.
field, and if he jumps in, he pays for it?
Yes, you take
Yeah.
rock damage, rock type damage equal to 1/8, I think, of your hit points.
But it's typed, so if you're weak to it, it can be quarter of your HP.
Example, a
2/8.
Charizard coming out.
2/8.
A Charizard coming out will take half of its hit points and damage from entering the battle.
Nice.
That can't be right, is it?
Yeah, because it's times two for fire and flying.
An 8th. Yeah, I guess you're right. Shit.
See, when I play a Pokemon game, I do the same thing every time. I find out where the Tyrogue is and capture 3 of them. And then I painstakingly raise those little bastards into each of their very distinct.
Oh, God. But is hitting on top even worth the annoyance?
Wow, that
I
Golbat is
don't
sturdy.
care.
That's fine.
So, literally, when I was playing Sword or Shield, whichever one that was, I found it, and this is true of almost every game I get really interested in it. I play the living hell out of it. I find the objective I need. So in this case, raising all 3 Hitmons, I get them, and then by the time I've got them all to their things, I go, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And I don't look at it ever again.
I think that's what happened with me in the original Diamond, because I found that back in the old apartment, maybe like 4-ish years ago, I was going through my old games and I was like, oh, what is the state of my old Pokemon games? and I pulled out Diamond and I plugged it in, and I apparently only got through about 6 gyms before I just stopped. I was just tired of it. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's not. I mean, I would if we were not playing this for the channel, I would have abandoned this game very much.
I mean, we've only been playing it for 2.5 years now, so
That's
What's
terrifying.
what I'm talking about.
By the
Who
way,
is that for?
honestly, Rick makes a bunch of check boxes every time we start a series,
My
and he has
God.
to check those boxes.
The wealth of games that have come out from when you
Oh, yeah.
started this nightmare until now. Just off the top of
oh,
my
we played
head,
a bunch of those too.
Deep Rock Galactic, Helldivers 2, so, literally anything.
I mean,
Those two are very similar,
Dragon
but
Ball's nice.
like anything else. Anything else.
we do. I mean, we do other stuff. We do play other stuff.
We're working on it. We're working on it. We're clearing the
clearing the
shits.
way, clearing stuff out.
Surely they've crapped out another Sonic game by now.
Oh, yeah,
or a
they've-
Kirby
bad.
They've
game.
shit out like 5 of them. It's actually a little annoying because we haven't been able to keep up because we were playing Sonic Frontiers for like
Is
ever
it
and ever.
worth it?
The DLC of Sonic Frontiers was kind of hit or miss. There were challenges that were really good, and then some that were extreme bullshit. Like on a level where it was like, oh, you visibly did not playtest this. Sonic Superstars is bad in multiplayer, like full on bad. If we had enough people here for it today, I was going to try to do some more Sonic. We're about halfway through the game right now, and have been for like 5 months.
I guess this is just better. It's a little better, and it's my better stat, so I'm going to get rid of Dragon Claw and use Dragon Pulse.
Seems pretty good.
Actually, wait. Is that wise? Maybe I can put it on somebody else since I'm going to be using Special Rend.
Oh my God, TMs are one use again.
Yes.
Yes. TMs are back to that.
That's fine. All right. Who else might benefit
Just as
from
the example, the reason I hate that so much is there's a
Daggone.
move I wanted to put on several Pokemon called Focus Punch back when I played
Oh, yeah.
Soul Silver.
Focus Punch cannot be on Machamp, but it can be on Alakazam, which is weird. Oh, sorry. Or is that Drain Punch? Shit.
You might be thinking Drain Punch, but the reason I bring this up is so I was able to get my hands on 2 of those TMs because my friend, who was playing with me at the time, had it too, and he's like, I'm never going to use this garbage move. I was like, can I have it? And I forget what I put it on, but I put it on something that could put your opponent to sleep.
Okay.
And then I proceeded to punch. Oh, I think it was like Breloom or something. So it's like you use Spore, put them to sleep, and then take their goddamn head off.
Oh,
That is my favorite move because it either works or it doesn't. Like even like I've had a one called Punchlax, which was a Munchlax that started with something I forget what, and I taught it that move. So you use Yawn, and even without the stat bonuses or anything else, with Belly Drum, very important.
Oh yes,
it would destroy
anybody
whatever
could
you
put Belly
hit.
Drum on.
Yeah, I learned that with Poliwrath, which is another one of my favorites.
Oh yes, Poliwrath is great for that.
This is why I'm not afraid to use a team of full fighting Pokemon in any situation, because I can always like all of them have those oddball moves.
Yeah,
like Hitmon I think it's Lee, just as the example, gets the elemental kicks. Hitmonchan gets the elemental punches. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Honestly, it's one of the reasons I like using. So I have my Alakazam Delmar in this game. Obviously not smart to use against Dark, since Dark is just immune to Psychic.
Right.
But otherwise, he's so fast. And he has one of those natures that brings his speed down, and he's still faster than the entire rest of my team. I think he's faster than everyone on John's team with speed down, and his special attack stat is jacked up. And he's got Nasty Plot. So it's just like, what if I want to take one turn and then just mind fuck your entire team? And on that note, we'll be back next time.